Today's a great day. Today's the day that we get shocks on this truck. It's not just normal shocks either. They are the shocks you want. This is like being the it bitch in high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have King shocks on a Ford Ranger, and you're gonna be along with me installing them and seeing if they actually make a damn difference or not, which they should, I would assume. They're $2,300, and they're probably the best that people say you can get. So it's gonna see how long it takes to install. We got about, I don't have a watch right now, but it's 1:37. We're on our way over there. So by the time we get installed, I would assume it'd be around like 5 o'clock. It shouldn't take very long, but maybe we can even get alignment today. They're the extended versions. They're about 3 inches tall if you want them to be, and then you can go off-roading a little bit faster. It's probably not going to make much of a difference in low speed stuff, but definitely will be something that we do. Maybe a huge improvement on the high speed stuff. So that's what I'm excited about, and they're really expensive. So let's just go enjoy these things and put them on. Let's put them on and see how long it takes. I've done F-150s and some smaller trucks and stuff like that, so this shouldn't be that hard. As long as I have battery in my impact, we'll be good. So come along and we'll go check it out. Look at the doggy. Yeah, that's a great little girl. Yeah, look at those pretty little eyes. Yeah. There they are. This is them. Pretty simple. Thought it was gonna be bigger. Look at that, oh yeah. Yeah, and they have left and right, I guess. Look at that. All right, let's go put them on. All right. Let's see this bad boy get bigger. I need to do a comparison on these. So we're at 20. Help me out here. I got my bitch right here. Help me. We're gonna go. What, 20? What, 24 and a half? We'll say 25 or 24 on 33s. How you gonna let go? We're gonna do a weight comparison off of these old ones to the new ones, and then we'll see the difference between weight, adding the reservoir shocks, and also the size difference of how much height we've actually gained off of the 33s that are on there currently. And we'll put them at the highest setting because I kind of want them to be as tall as possible. Now that we got the tire off, we are jacked up. We have about 3 inches before this thing is on the ground. So I'm estimating by the time we get everything on, this thing will probably won't even be able to put the tire on. We'll have to jack up a little bit so we can get the tire on. I'm already out of breath. I'm super excited. So let's get it done. Again. Love you. So all I should be this bolt, and this bottom will be free. And then it's this bolt, and a little bolt right there. And maybe a little bit of cleaning. This is filthy right here. There also is a spacer on this truck. I don't know exactly how long it is. It came from the dealership with it, not mine. Used truck. And then we'll do the weight comparison on this, but let's get this off first, and then we'll see how easy it is. I might have to take the tie rod off. I definitely need to fix this because it just looks like ass. And then we'll just do some general maintenance, check the CVs and everything. This thing does not have a sway bar on it. I took it off just because I'm cool like that. This is totally safe, don't bother. And then maybe we'll do an oil change, not sure. But we're going off track. Let's just get this off right now. Okay, and the sockets we'll be using is a 15 millimeter. That'll be for the top. snug. And then we got a, what is this? An 18 millimeter for the bottom. And that'll work. So just gotta get them off. Yeah. Like what you see. So we got a 8 millimeter. That'll fit right here. Perfect. And then we'll get our 18 millimeter ratcheting wrench, get it on there, and we'll take it off. All right, update. You missed a lot. I had to take this axle off and remove the whole knuckle is the easiest way to do it. And take off the 2 front ball joints, obviously, and the tie rod. Once we got this off, this fell off, and this was able to come out properly. And this nut is actually a 35 millimeter, if you're wondering. This is a 35 millimeter. Take out this axle, and yeah, this is a pain in the ass. Now that we've gotten everything off, I'm just gonna find the bolts, make sure we're all good to go. Thumb is like this big, we'll call my fingernail, right? And this one over here is itty bitty baby. All right. Look at that. Let's see how heavy this thing is. 19.4 pounds. All right, that's not that bad. Let's keep this I don't know how to carry this. It's so big. And this is definitely bigger. We're looking at like 23 pounds, 24 pounds. Barely holding this thing on there. 24 pounds. So I don't know math, but that's kind of a little bit more. Reading the instructions, it seems a little confusing because there's 2 of these. There's like 2 sets of these. So there's a 3/4 and then a 1-inch bolt. And these go, the longer ones go in the back, and then the small shorty one, this one, goes in the first front hole closest to you. So that's what we're gonna install right now. Kind of got them in there. Which one's the short one? These are the long ones. So I'll put that one right here. And another long one back here. They're also my eyes, so if you can't see, it's because I can't see. Oof, there. And then the little baby one in the very, very front. And I'll get those holes lined up with the threads and we'll get those on. Okay, now that we have the tall bolts in, these are just hand tightened, they're not really perfect or whatever, so. We're gonna get these bolts in here. I already put them in. You have these things called reducer sleeves, and they fit between the bolts and balloons. Just take that. Side note, these are now 3/4. Everything in this whole thing now is 3/4, which is kind of nice. The 3/4 thing is good because the lug nuts that I carry are 3/4, so I can have one socket for these. I think even these, yeah. Obviously this is, I think, 13/16. So you, in reality, when you're done with all this, you'll just need these 2 sockets and then the 35 mil for your axle, and you can technically take off almost everything on this whole thing. The top bolts are a different size now. They're a 15 mil. Actually, they're the same size. I'm wrong. So that's kind of a good thing. You can really just need a 15 millimeter, 13/16 and 3/4 for pretty much all this. And that's really nice because when you're on the trail, you want simplicity. And this is going to be one of those things that makes doing trail repairs a lot easier. You only have to get a couple sockets and you can minimize how much crap tools you need in the back of this truck whenever you're in the middle of nowhere. Looking at these instructions is a little different from actual, like, what they got me. This may not be the case with you. They want me to do 35 foot-pounds on these top bolts and then 90 foot-pounds on these. I just hit them with the Ugga Dugga, like, worked pretty good. we'll check those later when we go down the road. And obviously the 19, it says use 18 millimeter socket on the bottom nut down there, and then use a 9 millimeter wrench on the top, which I found out that's not the case. I used a 1/2 inch on that and it was snug, like it should be. And then I used a 1/2 inch shorty socket on the top and that worked. I mean, obviously I'm sure that if you get a 19 on there, it'll fit properly, but I was able to use a 1/2 inch. So if you wanted to, and you only had 1/2 inch stuff, it works. It's a little, yeah, but the bolts have not been nicked or anything. They look perfectly fine. So I'm gonna say you can use 3/4 if you really wanted to. A 19 millimeters right here. And it's got even more place. So I'm gonna say, well, if I were you, I use the 3/4. And you can really do pretty much this whole thing, basically without the axle nut, the 35 millimeter axle nut socket. You can do this whole thing by yourself in your garage, with questionable jack stands and a little bit of elbow grease. But from what they say, you don't need to take all this off. So if you just put your foot on here, pry the lower control arm down, and pull this from out like this and then out, you can do it. So since I have that little spacer on there, it's probably the reason why I wasn't able to do this, but we're almost done. They want me to do the 35 foot-pounds up top, so we're kind of just doing that right now. I'm gonna just do a little, and we're done. There you go. All right, that was the hardest part of this whole thing, was cutting these 2 nuts off. Turns out you can just pull them out from the top like I'm an idiot. Do as I say, don't do as I do, or whatever. But so I replaced these. They only give you these nuts, right? These replacement nuts that are the longer ones, and these go in this place obviously, but they don't give you nuts for these. So you're supposed to put them in, and I'll show them later, but just this was a hassle. I'm gonna put these in. We'll be done with the side, and we'll move to the other side. It should only take about, that one should only take about an hour. Another reality of doing this kind of stuff is that it does take some time. I mean, it's not hard stuff to do, but it definitely can be hard if you make it hard. Like I made it really hard for no reason right now. And you know, if you just read your instructions, like don't be the guy that's like, I don't need instructions. Read the damn instructions. I could have saved me an hour of just cutting. But now that I know what I did wrong, I can fix it and not do it again. It's 6 o'clock right now. I think I started this video at like 1 a.m. or like it's really 2 o'clock. So for one side to be done, that's a long time. But the difference from where we're at now at full droop, I don't remember, I think it was at like 25 or something. Full droop, I think we're sitting at 26 and a half maybe. So it's an 1.5 inch extension. And I haven't set the ride height on these. I kind of just put them on from where they were. So the preload should be wherever the factory preload is. But the height is gonna be probably the lowest setting. So I'm gonna assume once I get these things kind of squared away and the other side's done and I drive for a little, like maybe a day, they should be fine. But the problem with what I did was I cut these bolts off. These bolts could stay in there. They're factory bolts, like on this side. See these? They stay on there and they come up from here. My dumbass cut these off because these things sheared off thinking that they would come off. They're like welded onto this support bracket. So they don't give you these nuts that hold the bracket for the reservoir. These bolts, they don't have these. They give you obviously the factory bolts are to be there, and they give you these bolts, these long bolts, but they don't give you these. So you'll need to buy these bolts if you don't have them already, and the rest is pretty self-explanatory. It's easy, but it was a fucking process. So now that I know everything that I did wrong on this side, I can do it on the other side and not do those things. And hopefully I can get it done in approximately an hour and a half. And I think I should be ready for the movies at 9. That's the plan, at least. Okay, 7:20, and we are in, ready to go. Hell of a lot faster on this side. Only took about an hour. If you plan on doing this, maybe watch another video, or watch this one, and you realize the mistakes that I made, and hopefully you don't do that too. I'm gonna go drive this thing around. I got a date, so I'm gonna go wash up and get ready. But hopefully this was educational. Like I said, you can do this in about 4 hours if you just want to take your time. And it's not impossible for someone to do it with no tools. You don't need impact. You could probably just do this with a breaker bar and a small socket set and maybe a pry bar. Just don't get discouraged on all those guys that do all those crazy videos where they have 4-post lift and impacts and everything. Yeah, I had some stuff, but I could have done it with none of that stuff. I could have done it just like how I described it. So don't forget to enjoy what you're doing. This is a lot of fun. Might hurt your back a little bit, but you'll be all right. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a like. And I'll see you guys next time on the testing of these shocks. So I'll see you later.